Michael Stephen Bublé OCOBC, IPA Bublé Bublé, born September 9, 1975, is a Canadian singer and songwriter. Regarded as a pop icon, he is often credited for helping to renew public interest and appreciation for traditional pop standards and the Great American Songbook. Bublé has sold over 75 million records worldwide, and won numerous awards, including 5 Grammy Awards and 15 Juno Awards. In 2003, Bublé's first album reached the top 10 in Canada and the United Kingdom. He found a worldwide audience with his 2005 album It's Time and his 2007 album Call Me Irresponsible, which reached number 1 on the Canadian Albums Chart, the UK Albums Chart, the US Billboard 200, the Australian ARIA Albums Chart and several European charts. His 2009 album Crazy Love debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200 after 3 days of sales, and remained there for 2 weeks. It was also his 4th number 1 album on Billboard's Top Jazz Albums chart. His 2011 holiday album, Christmas, was in first place on the Billboard 200 for the final 4 weeks of 2011 and the first week of 2012, totaling 5 weeks atop the chart. It also made the top 5 in the United Kingdom. With this, Christmas became his 3rd consecutive number 1 album on the chart. To Be Loved was released in April 2013, followed by Nobody But Me in October 2016 and Love in November 2018. Early life and musical beginnings. Michael Stephen Bublé was born in Burnaby, British Columbia, Canada, on September 9, 1975, the son of Louis Bublé, a fisherman, and Amber, née Sandaga, a homemaker. Bublé's paternal and maternal great-grandparents immigrated to Canada from Italy. His surname was originally spelled Bublé, and some of his paternal ancestors came from Istria. Bublé stated, on the side of the family native to modern-day Croatia, some say were Yugoslavian, others that were Italian. That he has 2 younger sisters, Brandy, a children's book author, and Crystal, an actress. He and his siblings were raised Roman Catholic. He attended Seaforth Elementary School and Caribou Hill Secondary School. According to an Oprah Winfrey interview on October 10, 2009, Bublé dreamed of becoming a famous singer since he was 2. When he was a teenager, he slept with his Bible and prayed to become a singer. His interest in jazz began at around age 5 when his family played Bing Crosby's White Christmas album. His musical influences include Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Tony Bennett, Elvis Presley, Bobby Darin, and Sam Cooke. The first time his family noticed his singing talent was during the Christmas holidays, when Bublé was 13 years old, and they heard him powerfully sing the phrase "May your days be merry and bright" when the family was singing to the song White Christmas on a car ride. Bublé also has a strong feeling passion for ice hockey and wanted to become a professional hockey player for the Vancouver Canucks growing up, but believed he was not good enough. "I wanted so bad to be a hockey player. If I was any good at hockey, I probably wouldn't be singing right now." He often played hockey in his youth, watched Vancouver Canucks games with his father, and said that he went to every single home game as a kid. "I remember I wanted to be Gary Lupul, I wanted to be Patrick Sundstrom and Ivan Hlinka. I used to think that being named Michael Bublé was pretty cool because I was close to being called Yuri Bubla." Bublé shared his hockey interest with his grandfather. From the age of 14, Bublé spent 6 years working during the summer as a commercial fisherman with his father and crewmates. He called the experience the most deadly physical work I'll ever know in my lifetime. "We'd be gone for 2, sometimes 3 months at a time, and the experience of living and working among guys over twice my age taught me a lot about responsibility and what it means to be a man." His first singing engagements were in nightclubs at age 16 and were facilitated by his Italian grandfather Demetrio Santaga, a plumber from Preganziol, Treviso, who offered his plumbing services in exchange for stage time for his grandson. Bublé's grandfather paid for his singing lessons. Both his voice teacher, Sandy Siemens, and his maternal grandfather never stopped believing that he would become a star. Bublé's maternal grandmother, Iolanda, née Moscone, was also Italian, from Carufo, L'Aquila. Bublé grew up listening to his grandfather's collection of jazz records and credits his grandfather in encouraging his love for jazz music. "My grandfather was really my best friend growing up. He was the one who opened me up to a whole world of music that seemed to have been passed over by my generation. Although I like rock and roll and modern music, the first time my granddad played me the Mills Brothers, something magical happened. The lyrics were so romantic, so real, the way a song should be for me. It was like seeing my future flash before me. I wanted to be a singer and I knew that this was the music that I wanted to sing. Bublé never stopped believing he would become a star but admitted he was probably the only one who believed in his dream, stating that even his maternal grandfather thought Bublé was going to be an opening act for somebody in Las Vegas. He stated he never learned to read and write music, using only emotion to drive his songwriting ability. At age 18, Bublé entered a local talent contest and won, but was disqualified by organizer Bev Delic for being underage. Delic entered him in the Canadian Youth Talent Search. After Bublé won that contest, he asked Delic to be his manager. Delic represented him for the next 7 years, during which Bublé worked diligently at any job that came along: clubs, conventions, cruise ships, hotel lounges, shopping malls, and talent shows. In 1996, Bublé appeared in TV's Death Game, also known as Mortal Challenge, as a drone groupie. Also in 1996, he appeared, uncredited, in 2 episodes of The X-Files as a member of a submarine crew. His first national TV performance was on a 1997 award-winning Bravo documentary titled Big Band Boom, directed by Mark Glover Masterson. Beginning in 1997, he became a frequent guest on Vicky Gabourow's national talk show on the CTV network. During its first season, the Vancouver-based program aired live, which ultimately worked in Bublé's favor. When a scheduled guest was forced to cancel, the show's music producer often asked Bublé to fill in at the last minute. The Gabourou appearances provided Bublé with great exposure, but they also helped the singer hone his television skills as a performer and as an interview guest. In a mutual show of gratitude, Bublé appeared on the final Gabourou show in 2005, along with Jan Arden and Elvis Costello.